to this week of Overwatch Oasis Tier 3 Week 11 matches. I am oh, there we go. We're gonna set people in here. Sorry, I am Tempo Reiki, and I'll be your play-by-play commentator here tonight. And he's Hoyt. Our caster is pretty busy right now. I'll introduce him quickly. Our caster is he's gonna be Hoyt Chuckster,
Hello,
who
hello.
is he's busy getting the lobby set up and some people in here. It's actually but we got a game here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Prodigy Noobs, a team that if I remember if you guys were here a couple weeks back, almost took down the Stardust Crusaders. It was a very close match, 3-2, but Stardust were able to pull it off in the end. Everyone against Pizza Planet, a team that has recently found more of their footing. They had a rough start, a very rough start at the beginning, but they've had a they got some new pickups, new players on their team, some new swaps here and here, and they actually almost took their first win almost against Tantalizers last week, and this is their chance to find it again. Like I said, they haven't. If I'm correct, this team has not found haven't got their first win yet. So if here tonight, this is their second chance to potentially take it, and especially the fact that this Pizza Planet roster is looking a lot better compared to their initial roster into the Tier 3 season, beginning of the season. Now, Chuck, I know you're a bit busy right now because you're trying to get everything organized here and here there, but like I said, I said this last week and I'll say it again. I've been gone for a bit, so I don't know much about these rosters. For example, Prodigy Noobs here. What do you know about these guys, like strategy-wise, and what they run, and etc., etc.?
So from my experience with Prodigy Noobs, and yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little delayed here. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything set up. Um, with Prodigy Noobs, they tend to play very tight together. And hold on one moment, actually, I'm fixing something. The broadcast is paused right now because I gotta add boss. Yeah, I gotta add boss. Okay, there it
The
goes. It's
technical
back
errors.
now.
All right, all right. So what were you saying, Chuck?
So, what I like a lot about that Project Noobs is that I think, and I still, as the captain of Diamond Phoenix, I still have faith in my tank line, but I think that Project Noobs has some of the best tanks like in the league in Tier 3, especially at Mexi. It's like very tight, like they play very tight together. A lot of comps like that. They do tend to lean towards like heavy like beam, like you see a lot of Symmetra strats, but again that was with I'm not sure if they're still with them, but they had like a really strong Sombra, not Sombra, Symmetra player. I apologize. So they play like a lot of strats like that. They play tight, and it should be an interesting game to see them play out. You know, even against Pizza Planet.
Yeah, indeed. I'm actually very curious to see what Pizza Planet themselves they're gonna whip out here. You brought up earlier about Mexi, and I gotta say, I looked slightly into this dude. I saw he got promoted by to Iconic Noobs actually, their Tier 2 team. He was promoted to it. If you're always watching back, congrats. Always great to see Tier 3 players moving up the ladder. Uh, but I went to a bit of this dude, and I have to agree with Chuck. Was like a very solid piece for this roster on Prodigy Noobs. I'm very curious if they're going to actually continue to run these sim strats, because I remember talking to you personally, Chuck, because you run DP and all. Talked to you a while back about them, and I remember you talking about how they like to set they like to run like a lot of like kind of cheese you like to call it, like the Symmetra. They like to catch opponents off guard of those like Symmetra strats with the teleporter on the high ground and stuff. And I wonder if we're going to do that against Pizza Planet here tonight, because Pizza Planet, like I said before, their reconstruction has looked pretty smooth for them, and their new roster has actually looked very good. And I can see this match being pretty close actually coming here tonight.
Yeah, and like so what I want to say about the idea of like cheese strats, it's not that like necessarily that like I mean, they're a strategy, right? At the end of the day, we play this game, they're a strat. But like, there is like a certain talent to like doing it right, right? Like you could do cheese stats all night, but like if you're not able to actually pull anything off of them, if you're just gonna be able to like kind of just mess up with them, then you're not going to like. There's a difference between that and like, but what I like about Prodigy Noobs is that's like a part of like their template. Like they have something other than that as well. That's just a part of their stratagem that they run like pretty well. She strats. There's an art to
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I mean, I'm seeing I'm seeing a familiar face here coming in. Cloud Lemon,
Yes.
on the Prodigy Noobs roster. Uh, Very solid pickup, actually. Like I know they've been in the roster. Like I said before, I've been out of the loop for a bit now in this server, but I'm pretty shocked to see Cloud Lemon to be on this Prodigy Noobs roster. Uh, very good support player that they got here. Definitely was one, if I remember correctly, one of the stronger suits of White Walkers last season when they were on that. If I'm correct, I'm thinking of the right support player. They were definitely one of the strongest suits on that original White Walker squad. And it's pretty cool to see them branch out to different teams and try out different things. On Pizza Point side, I also gotta say that System Error, it's a very solid tank player coming out of their side, and I'm glad to see that he's getting a lot more of a starting position. We didn't see much of him last season, but I'm glad to see seeing him come in here on this Pizza Point roster and show off his tank play tonight. All right, it seems like we got our rosters coming in for the Pizza Point side. Uh, not yet for Prodigy Noobs. It seems like. So we gotta wait a bit on that one. Oh, but right when I said it, they posted their roster. So, oh well.
Interesting format they have.
It's the looking like the Microsoft Excel or Microsoft. Is it Microsoft Excel? I think so. I've been using quite a bit of it since you know for college and stuff, and I've been using quite a bit of it. So I'm kind of familiar with seeing these charts. We're getting some of the invites coming here tonight. They're just inviting some of the players here. Project Noobs is. I gotta say one thing I will say that is in the favor right now. I think for Pizza Planet is this map pool. Busan. I think it's a great map pool for pizza. I think that if this like Project Noobs are gonna have to go more for like a traditional brawl, right? Especially in the tier 3 level, they're gonna have to go for more the traditional brawl. And Pizza Planet, they can run that brawl if they want to. They can run the ball comp if they got more comfortable on that recently. I think this could be a very actually close map coming here on Busan, for both sides. Okay, well, we have both rosters are now up in the field. Uh, I gotta ask Chuck, who do you think on both these rosters that you think you would call these the superstar or most standout player on either roster here?
Mm, I mean, I gotta say, I was enjoying that last game I watched Ariana in on Pizza Planet. The game we watched, that I think we casted on, that was really fun. I think it was like on Hollywood Second Point when oh they started out on DPS and then they switched to tank and both times like I was one of my favorite people to watch on Pizza Planet to be honest and just because they're able to switch to both and when they switched even to the main tank as a Rhine they were like straight dominating. They didn't ultimately didn't
Oh,
win but they
right.
did help them get those map wins on that so that was good.
Oh, interesting. They're saying they're flex. They flex between the tank and an DPS role.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. I would say
Interesting.
Prodigy News. Mm, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard. There's a lot of like breakout stars on Prodigy News. I think. I mean, I'm gonna be biased with my tank, so I'm gonna pick. Again, I like anytime I see like things pop up on tanks, that's what I go towards. So I'm gonna lean on Mexi again, to be honest. It's kind of crazy, but those are my choices there.
The ones that were inspirational to you. The I mean, Chuck. Chuck. I seen your right heart, man. I know you love seeing some great right heart play from your fantastic right play, of yourself. The legendary Holy Chuck Sir Ryan.
Oh my goodness. Let me just get this fixed all up. I think I have. It's Eli cable and so.
Okay, so you guys. Okay, look quickly for you, Chuck. You do have the tanks, correct? You have DPS, correct? Does not seem like
I don't think Nami's in. Oh,
Yeah,
there they are.
Okay, they're here. Okay, there they go.
Yep.
He's a spectate all. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why we weren't seeing her. Seeing them, I should say.
Okay.
Is Stell there? Yes. Okay, they are. Nice. All right, now we just have to. It looks like we got both rosters finalized and ready here. So now he's got to wait for ready from both sides, from both captains. One thing I got to say that I find quite interesting is it's very weird to see Psycho Mantis not being on this pure Pizza Planet roster anymore, or tier 3. He's moved on. He's moved on to the Taters roster. And it's very bizarre to see him not here anymore. Because I'm still, being like such a classic team like Pizza Planet, I'm so used to seeing that name just alongside other players like Kirby on this roster. It's very bizarre to see this new look, honestly, coming from the Pizza Planet roster.
I mean, I gotta say, the one thing I would say about that is that there's a lot of changes. Like, and one thing about I like about our league is that there's been a lot of teams that have had a lot of roster changes throughout the multiple seasons we've had, but it's always something new every season. I don't think there's ever been a consistent I mean, yeah, you might have those rare wins with Corgi Core, but I think overall I think there's a lot of change and stuff and movement between teams, so it adds a lot of dynamics.
Oh, by the way, Chuck, don't forget to switch Nova file for Prodigy Noobs and Spectate. They're Spectate all right now.
Okay.
Alright, nice. Okay. Alright, we got a ready coming from the side of Pizza Planet, looks like. And I got a ready from the Noobs now, after that. Alright, so ready's on both sides then. Look like this is a game we can get the ball rolling. Wait. So Busan, like I was bringing up before, this is a very strong map. This could be, in my opinion, a very strong map type point for the Pizza Planet side. From the little I've had to watch of them, this is like I said, a roster that they like to play a lot more of the brawl. And they have to switch their tank players a lot, as we recently talked about. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what they're gonna pop out here against the Prodigy Noobs. Prodigy Noobs, like I said, and also we brought up before, they like to run them on the sim, but this is not a great map to run a sim. That's more of Mecha Base, if anything, that you want to run the Shrine. Well, either or. You don't really see it much on City Center here.
Ready for battle.
It's looking like we're not going to see it, but we are going to see something a bit interesting here. System Error will be playing that diva role coming in, potentially to test high ground for the Pizza Planet side. Prodigy Noobs, still deciding DPS here. Pretty sure we're not going to see that sim. Like I said, pretty sure we're not going to see it. Oh, and I stand corrected. Cable blocking the sim quite instantly, right when I said it, with a Sword 76. Very interesting DPS duo coming on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Alright, both these sides engaging now. It's actually the speed boost being used by Kirby perfectly to get coming in and going to the Prodigy Noobs. They're already there on point. They're ready for a pizza point to engage on them. All right, Shatter advantage. Already in the advantage of Boss Ass Bab. 38%. And Cable, he fights Kirby. Kirby not ready to react to aggressive sim play. And now Kirby gone. There's no speed for the sight of Pizza. And Prodigy, they just choked right in. AJ jumping off the edge there just for the reset. They do not want to get stagnant here on this Tracer, it seems like. They want to be back with their team instantly. Banana, kind of out in the open. They have to get peeling for. Kirby does just that, saving their Junkrat so they don't get picked off here. And Prodigy, they take control first.
This is my
Early fire strike coming in from John Dross, or Quandry, I should say. It's going to give us a bit of ult charge, but the ult charge rate for the Reinhardts, a Stone League of Boss S map, 80% already, and System Error, they find Spicy Nomi catching them out of position quite a bit. That's the power of that Diva. He catches these losing out of position. Kirby, though, bit far forward, gets melted. Shatter comes out, Boss S Bab, he pins off System Error off the cliff, and he is taken out of the fight. But it doesn't matter, his team is there to clean up for him. A swap to Nova from AJ here, getting off the Tracer, going on this Ash. Never a bad pick against the Symmetra. The Sim really just struggle against that long range hit scan roll.
I think with the Sim Lucio strat there, I mean, they got the point first, Prodigy Noobs, and they've been able to hold it ever since.
Get into position.
That's exactly that Sim, the teleporter, getting first did a lot for Prodigy. Also, one thing I gotta say is that this soldier, I guess the soldier, almost very similar to what happened against when they went against Manoa's soldier. Keen Tyratel, I'm just gonna call him Keen for short, is absolutely dominating these flankers. Like for example, into Banana on the jumper, tries to jump behind this Prodigy roster. He just melts him. Fantastic shatter coming from Quandry here. Gets the pin out. No, wait, that's the pick you're looking for. That's the beat gone. And now with Keen picked it up by the tire, that's your opening for Pizza Point. But guess what? That's touch point, 90%, and that just happens right there. Kirby finds the cap, and there will be a quick move coming through. Stell Bell does try to stall for as long as they can, but the GOAT is there just in time to melt them away. And just with 90% on the board for the side of Prodigy Noobs, Pizza Planet will be able to recap here. And it's gonna be a daunting task, however, to hold this point for this long.
My will made real.
Prodigy Noobs, they're gonna go to the right side here. They still have the Symmetra, so they have to go up that charge. Grab onto 3, but there's not a lot there to pick up edge of it. Boss S Bab is so far away, and Banana fights Sweepstake. The Shatter bomb combo is absolutely massive. Fantastic coordination coming from the Pizza Planet roster. System Error picking up 4 there. Absolutely a fantastic coordination play coming from the San Francisco Shock Skin Diva on the side of Pizza Planet.
Madness tempo, madness.
It's honestly, if that was perfectly coordinated, and that's gonna burn a lot of time off the clock if you are Pizza Planet, what you want here, and that's exactly what happens. 60% already taken, time for these Pizza Planet roster. Quandry though is melted. Kanako does get motivated by the flashbang, but the window is up and it takes down Cable. Steel Shake is on this Diva now, finds Minister Game of Kirby. That's the opening that Kane is looking for on this McCree. He walks in, picks up Banana. Cole West is popped coming in for the side of Prodigy Noobs. If you are Pizza Planet, you have to the touch right now. And it's only one. This is Moira. Go is taken down, however, and Quandry cannot make it back in point in time. Kirby on the Lucio again, off the Baptiste, tries to touch but can't make it, and the Banana gets them melted by the Symmetra, and that will be first point taken for Prodigy Noobs.
Look, I mean, the early part of that round definitely favored Prodigy Noobs with how they got to the point so fast, but by the end of that, I mean, Pizza Planet had some big ults, good coordination there. They almost held it.
Like, yeah, 70%. We held 30% there. Oh, 76 more specifically is for the position at the end of having to start to hold that from 97. It's not bad. It's very solid. And like I said, I could imagine a bit of potentially if they keep that coordination up, they take up potentially make the series this map type of 1-1. We'll see what happens here. Pizza Planet, they're gonna stick to they're gonna have the Junkrat and Soldier here. AJ on that Soldier 76. While the side of Prodigy Noobs, they're going to be running a bit of a classic comp. That May Reaper that you love to see in your Demo Bear comps. It's going to be run with the Ryan Zarya here. It's more they want to catch Quandary out of position of a wall. Quandary gets a gold. I don't care about that. Gets aggressive, finds the pin on Bell, and that is the opening. You're looking for one. And Banana, knowing that they can spam now for free, finds Boss Sounds Bab. King Tyrell though, looking for another pick. He found the Diva, and look at that! Pizza Boy, with all the time on the high ground, they couldn't get back to the point, and they couldn't contest it. And even when it looked like that they had that game or had this point, Prodigy Noobs, they capped, and they're cleaning up now. This reset coming in for Banana. They have the tire. That's all they wanted here. They build up the old charge. They're gonna reset, get it back on the team. Smart play coming from the Junkrat on this Pizza Planet roster. But something been interesting is Quandary's getting aggressive, wanting to take this fight already out their Junkrat. Well, he has to be a bit careful that if any of these things get walled up, that's a lost team fight. And my Sling Shake gets caught off guard by the Junkrat's back. Wall is up, but the Diva is there to peel for the Reinhardt. The pin though, you can't block that damage. Typhizer's popped right here. Blossom coming up. The immortality is good from Kirby, but it's not enough. The coalescence melts that field, and there's a 2K, big in a third for Keen Tyrantelli. I gotta learn how to pronounce some of these people's names, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to know what he got the name from.
I do too. It sounds like it's a reference to somebody. Oh, beautiful shatter coming in from the Reinhardt from Pizza Planet. That's the opening you're looking for into the DPS, and Banana says yummy yummy, and my tummy takes out Boss Ass Fab. That is the opening you're looking for. The window placed up to allow that healing to come into the game, Kirby, and with only 3 ults burned there. If Pizza Planet, you're gonna have to build up these DPS ults fast. You only have a bomb coming up here for Pizza. Like along on the side of Prodigy Noobs, if you look at Chuck, they have 4 ults here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really sticky one. But we've seen like last round. I mean, Pizza Planet is
Window is up. They have the only thing they can use to peel for this team is a bomb, and the bomb is perfectly placed. Boss is Bab. I don't think they were ready to block that one. They get taken out. There's 2 traded though. Prodigy Noobs punching back hard. Shake getting aggressive on this charged up Zarya. Melts Kirby in the neutral. There's only a big Diva being pocketed by Mercy here. They want to hold the point as long as they can, but it won't last long. Go falls offside, system error, a touch, custom AJ, but that healing field won't be enough to keep him up. And now you are a match point on the side of Pizza Planet. You have to back up. You cannot have anybody get staggered here, or this is gonna be detrimental for the Pizza Planet roster.
Yeah, this is their push. They gotta make it from right here. Though they're gonna be able to get through.
I know, Zamoka, you know, McCautry from the top to the bottom rows gets the pin, it touches! Forward is popped, shattered, stun, critical take, but the immortality is there to block most of the damage. Beat though, Beaticle is gold popped in the Prodigy roster, and it's looking like a melting pot coming to the side of the Prodigy Noobs. Boss is back, swinging away alongside their Reaper partner in crime, and looking like that's gonna be a team kill. And indeed it is, and Prodigy Noobs with a 2-0 on that board will take Busan. This is that play of the game that I need highlight in trouble because of system error. This coordination here is perfectly timed. Coming from the pizza plate here. Even got the pin on the Reinhardt so he couldn't get out and block the bomb. Perfectly pinned coming from Quandary there.
That's how it's done.
I gotta say, one thing I noticed about this Pizza Planet roster is that there is ult usage. The ult usage on Busan was a bit sloppy here or there. They popped 3 ults when they should have saved a couple. And it honestly, it did cost some Busan there. They took that aggressive position when they only had 1 ult, and that was the Diva Bomb. And after the Blizzard caught them and 2 got picked, that kind of cost them the round. Even after the good Diva Bomb that was there, that caught 2 off of system error, it wasn't enough to hold the point there. If I was Pizza Point, especially after you burn that many ults, I would play a bit further back, a bit on point. Play a bit slow, but play a bit more of a game to build up ults. Especially if you have that Soldier 76 that could contest that top right high ground on point. That's something that I would, if I was Pizza Point, I would have committed there and done.
I think sometimes with teams, like when it comes to when you are working back from like the when you're starting from a lower percentage, especially on control points like that, I think the tendency is to go aggressive, even if like it may not be in your best interest, especially with that alts being at that level of only having the Diva Bomb at that moment. So that you have that mentality, you're trying to push forward, but like at the same time, you're trying to stop the other team from like trying to push that aggression back onto you. Especially how Prodigy Noobs was playing those other rounds. Once I got hold of that point, they were like a bulldog, they wouldn't let go.
Indeed, it reminded me of Jet from that little phrase from this character from this one show called Cowboy Bebop. He the black dog that once he bites never lets go. Prodigy Noobs there, they were being relentless when it came to their aggression and ult usage. But I gotta say that's Prodigy Noobs did have the better ult management there in the end, and I think that's what allowed them to be so aggro and basically take control of that entirely of Busan on Mecha Base, more specifically on Mecha Base. Take control of that map there. Alright, swaps coming in. We're going to see on the side of Prodigy Noobs, Mexi will be coming in. Spicy Nomi going to the tank row with Sleep Shake going onto the support line with Boss's Bab following them. Little Aries coming in alongside Nova File. We got a base. Oh, never mind. I said I corrected. Never mind. Cloud Lemon coming in. So we got some basically an entire shake up on this Prodigy Noobs roster of what we saw on Busan. Pizza Point there. Pizza Point has that posted that roster. Just I would assume it from. I would honestly that wasn't the worst performance coming from this Pizza Point roster. Well, and what I mean by that is I would actually understand if they kept this roster in because, like I said, it wasn't really. A lot of like spectators and people that watch these games like to always usually pinpoint a player or anything like that. But as a commentator, I really don't think it was a player. I think this team looked pretty well coordinated. Like I said, especially with that Diva Bomb combo, for example, the coordination was there. It looked pretty solid. It was more of that ult tracking that was a bit of a problem that current Pizza Point. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any swaps come from this Pizza Point roster.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like sometimes like you just get outplayed,
Yeah, I mean that does happen sometimes. But we'll see if Pizza Point can do right back. Bring it right back here on Blizzard World as on a second map. Which I'm reminding you, Chuck, because you forgot. I'll remind you quickly that Blizzard World is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, I totally remembered. Yeah, sure.
We actually met Dark Mantis, alongside the Unknown Guy 9 coming in on tank. AJ and Clean Poopy, nice name. Clean. I'm not gonna lie, call me off guard. Clean Poopy was like AJ staying on DPS. Clean Poopy coming in, and Austin and Goat coming in on the support right. So Goat staying in while Austin comes in from Mr. Gamer Kirby. So we got some swaps here and there. And I gotta say, it's quite funny to see after Sacramantis went to the Taters for tier 3. They have picked up a brand new Mantis with a Black Mantis who also plays tank. I find that quite funny.
Yeah, I'm sure they looked very long and hard for that.
But they went on Overwatch LFT and they're like, we are looking for a tank player with the name of Mantis. Anybody here? Has anybody filled those roles?
What? Okay, Austin, please, KJ.
All right, Pizza Planet coming in here, and I don't know much about these guys. Like I said, I'm a bit out of the loop when it comes to this, so it's gonna be a learning experience watching players like the unknown guy who's fitting to his name is pretty unknown to me because I haven't watched much of Pizza Planet just yet. I'm not caught up yet with that. Also with players like Clean Poopy and Black Mantis, I don't know much about them either. So it's gonna be a bit of a learning experience with me, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you when it comes to some of these players. Same as saying Prodigy Noobs. Like I said, I did watch a bit of Prodigy Noobs games to catch up on these teams because I've been out of the loop for quite a bit. But I don't know much about players like Little Aries or for example, or Spicy Nomi on this tank. I don't know much about them, so it's gonna be a bit interesting what these guys could do also. If anything, actually, I should be asking you, Chuck. What do you know about these players like Little Aries or the unknown guy?
To be honest, like what I remember is like mostly from casting these games and stuff. I remember like the tank life of Pizza Planet. Like I think like overall they've done a lot of rebuilding this season and they keep working at it. And who am I missing? I'm so sorry. I'm in the middle of a.
Clean Poopy left because they had chat bug.
Okay.
So they're rejoining. Yeah.
Okay, we got the readies from Boss.
So what were you saying?
But like I was talking mostly just about like how like my understanding of like a known guy and stuff. We do scrims and stuff, of course. At Diamond Phoenix, talking like it's Apple. But anyways, so we do like scrims and stuff with teams and stuff. But we do so many that sometimes it's kind of hard to remember like individual performances like over a while. But what I do know is like from casting that last game I casted, for Pizza Planet. I liked what I saw in their tank line. I mean, that's what I look at a lot because I main tank now, and not main tank, but I played tank mostly as my role. And I didn't see anything that's too off from their game. I think Pizza Planet is.
Oh, Chuck, Cream Poopy needs to be put back in.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Sorry,
No, dude. We're here to run this show. That's what we're here to run.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. So see if that fixed the chat bug. What were you saying again?
Well, I'm just saying that like I think Pizza Planet's in a very unique position, and I think that the pieces that they've been adding, the players they've been adding over like the beginning of the season is going to put them in a good position. If not for the end of this season, definitely for the beginning of next season.
Indeed. So you're saying that Pizza Planet they should be building towards the future, or that's what you think they're planning on doing here is building this roster, doing the best they can with what they can from their performance in the beginning of the season, and pushing by with that, and then building towards the future of the roster. Is that what you're trying to say they're planning on doing, or you think they're planning on doing?
I think that's their plan. I think there's quite a few teams in our tier right now that are going through a lot of changes. So I think that, as typical as at that halfway point that we're all at right now in the season, that like you kind of like start to make that assessment for like this season and next. So you kind of look at what you have, and you just kind of like you're gonna either keep going in that direction or you're gonna start making those big changes. And I think Pizza Planet has went through the harder parts already of those changes, and I think they're, working towards that ultimate goal.
Yeah, right on. We got readies on both sides now, so we get started. About to go down. With the words of Claude Lemon, who just posted in match chat with Kanye, a Kanye GIF looks like it's about to go down.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Oh, Kanye, the former presidential candidate?
Oh yes, yeah, oh, yes indeed. Yes indeed. I always forget that happened. Not gonna lie. I tend to forget that he attempted that at one point. Kanye attempted that at one point. So here we go in Blizzard World. I brought this up when I was commentating with WoW a couple days back. This map could be quite difficult to cap first. First point, not a lot of chokes you can push through. You have two actually. That's kind of it. Very similar to like Iconwall. We have very limited choices, and it can be quite difficult to cap this first point here. On the defense, we actually going to have a double barrier coming outside of Prodigy Noobs. Mexi on that Arisa, if Spicy Nomi going to be on the Sigma, with a Torbjorn and a Batiste Mercy. I like this roster actually. Like this comp, I should say. My bad. Coming out the side, though we don't really see much double barrier. We see more of the ball usually coming out instead of the main take instead of the Arisa. Looks like how good ball has been recently, and in Overwatch. I don't mind this at all, especially for the comp they're built around. They have a very poke-heavy comp. Probably this Prodigy Noobs roster does that they're playing right now. On the side of Pizza Puente, they're going to be running the traditional Brawl comp, but something a bit interesting. The Moira Ana coming out on the side of Pizza Puente. You don't really see that often. You usually always have to, usually always see one coming out for the Ana or the Moira coming out with alongside of like a Lucio Brick. You don't really see both of them coming out, but Oz, the god. We'll be playing that Ana here. Probably to build the Nano for the Zarya or Reinhardt. Alright, the high ground taking control right now for Prodigy Noobs. Spicy Nomi wants to spam down as much as he can to get the ult charge. He's gonna drop, however, because as we see, Pizza Puente take control. They're gonna walk right up here. But now with the high ground control, but they have no barrier. That poke does a lot of damage, and unknown guy gets melted by the turret. Noah finds that's his opening. That's his kill on this Pharah. He's going in. Double kill. A triple kill coming from the pocketed Pharah. Queen Pooper trying to get out as fast as he can, but he's gonna be willing to get melted here by Claw 11. Exactly, that's exactly what happens. Pizza Puente, I don't think they were expecting a Pharah, and they were, because here they go. Getting off the Moira, going the Mercy, and double hit scan with the McCree Ashe coming out now. The Mercy being a great pick for this Ashe to pocket. You want to take out Noafile, has that pharmacy pocket. This is one way to do it. Noafile, I want to point out quickly. Noafile almost has a barrage here. They're landing almost every rocket. Rotation coming right side from unknown guy. Shield already built so low. That's the power of that Pokemon. That Sigma and Azu the God cannot get the rotation fully. He's taken down. Noafile fights AJ, and with that one direct there, he has built up his ult. Noafile getting aggressive, trying to find an opening to use his ult. The Pizza Puente, they will allow it. They're gonna try to back out here. They'll get a recontest with get their supports back here in the fight. Bubble has to be used early to keep up the unknown guy coming from Block Bandits. He has to pop the bubble early, and the shield always so low, and that's just the biggest problem about playing a Brawl comp into a well-coordinated double shield. This is what they have to counter, especially if you're like Pizza Player not running that Lucio. You can't really speed boost into the Arisa, or speed boost to the high ground to take control of it. Because of that, you get out-poked instantly. All that damage, take it up front. Noafile, not even have to use ult here. Takes down AJ. First ult being pumped the game actually is giving the flux. Looking for a target. Can't find anything. Actually looking like it misses actually. It doesn't matter though. Spicy Nobi does fight Azu the God on the high ground, and high control is back in favor on Prodigy Noobs. The Widow coming from AJ. He just wants to find this Pharah and take her down, but this Pharah is playing around that Sigma shield. Not much can be found here on this Widow, it seems like. Shatter is coming up here for the side of Pizza Planet. Alongside,
yeah.
60
Sorry.
seconds remaining.
No, it's okay. What's up?
So I'm sorry to stop you there, Tempo. I'm just very curious about what's the mood in like the team chat right now. Pizza Planet means we're still seeing a Brawl comp going into this hard double shield like the whole time.
Indeed, I gotta say, Chuck, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from Prodigy Noobs' double shield right now. This is a well-executed double shield. They understand Sigma is very good on the high ground. He is still one of the best optics in the game if you use him correctly. And they're taking full advantage of that Sigma. And with the Arisa, the only the Arisa is going to sit point and just pop some holds here and there. And at this point, they seem pretty confused right now. They don't seem like they seem like they don't know how to deal with this double barrier spam cop coming on the side of Prodigy. However, AJ, who does go down, does find Novafile. That's your opening you've been looking for. Pop Limit though, finds Black Mantis. Looking for his pop. The touch coming from AJ. Can he stay alive for long enough for his tank to make it back in time? Pin comes in, coming from the Reinhardt, but unknown guy won't find his target. Little Ares won't take him down, and that is a full hold coming here on Blizzard World from Prodigy Noobs.
A full hold, man. Very rare.
Indeed, you usually see that. Well, it is not usually not rare to see a full hold. Like the first point we being held here on Blizzard World, but a full hold where no ticks are taken. Now that is quite rare. And I gotta say it's more on the side of I think Prodigy Noobs just playing that double barrier so impressively and so like efficiently. Like their ult usage from Prodigy was so well done, and I gotta say, very good showing compared to this Prodigy Noobs roster. However, Pizza Point, they're not out for the count just yet. They could potentially full hold this. If they play their cards perfectly, if they summon that Exodia right on time against this Blue Eyes White Dragon here, it could be done. They could potentially hold it. In fact, we're going to see a couple swaps coming out here. Black Mantis coming out on that Sigma alongside the double hit skin. Once again, AJ on stick on the Soldier, Queen Poopy could be on that McCree. Goat wants to stick on that Mercy. Though they don't have the Lucio this time, it's going to be more of their advantage. They can play more passive. They can play more of that passive Burrow comp and only engage when needed if Queen Poopy finds a pick or AJ finds a pick. So not putting the Lucio in defense will go more favor of Pizza Planet now, especially when you be playing this Sigma here. On the side of Prodigy Noobs, you love to see it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am so happy to see it. We're gonna see some dive coming out here with that Zen pick. We don't see Zen that often on this at all in Tier 3, and it's pretty refreshing to see this come out for Prodigy Noobs. Zen, even after these nerfs, isn't a bad pick. He is still a pretty good pick. So it's pretty good to see Prodigy Noobs here, popping out this dive comp for Zen and popping out this Echo. Dive right onto Black Mantis. He's by himself and he gets discorded. He gets melted instantly. Res will be available, however, and he is res back up. Azuna to God, who's actually picked the Lucio. Does find the D-Mech as Spicy Nomi. That's a lot of damage that cannot be eaten up now for this Winston. However, no foul finds no guy. That's your opening if you're the Winston on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Black Mantis fights free, and that is a hold coming in on this first attack for Pizza Planet.
Wow, Black Mantis there on Pizza Planet just kind of cleaned up a little bit, man.
Indeed, I don't think that res was being contested there at all, Chuck. Prodigy Noobs, they got a bit ahead of themselves. Instead of diving onto that Mercy and diving onto that Sigma, they went to Sigma scot-free, and Black Mantis, he knew that. He took full advantage of that and walked in and hooked down the back line of Prodigy Noobs. Very well done coming from the off-take on the side of Pizza Planet here. Alright, spam coming in from this Black Mantis here. Shield low. Already has to pop the eats here. Doesn't find much, however. Mexi, that's a perfect dive onto AJ. He finds him. Primal popped, pushing away the Reinhardt. He does get pinned, however, but Mexi, that spacing might have been enough, and indeed it was. Little Ares finds the kill on the discorded Black Mantis. Pizza put it. They have a beat, but it's a bit too late, and that beat is traded with a transcendence. Mexi fights 3 on this Winston, and this looking like it might be it for Prodigy Noobs. The unknown guy trying to make it back in time, but he can't, and the cap goes in without 1 tick, and Prodigy Noobs will take this series 2-0. Very dominant performance, I gotta say, coming out from Prodigy Noobs here, while rocking these Florida Mayhem skins, especially Noafile. On this Pharah, which didn't really feel like he had anybody contesting him. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we didn't see like a Diva race coming out from Pizza Planet. That Pharah was getting so much work done.
Epic. It's nice to be appreciated.
right. So after, like I said, after Pizza Planet, you are down 2-0 right now. But there's always a sprint. This is definitely the place if you ever have a chance to sprint back. You need to find that opening and sprint right back into the game. There's always that chance, and Pizza Planet needs to find that right now. Prodigy Noobs, I gotta say quickly, very impressed with that double barrier play and very impressed with that dive. Very clean coming out from the Prodigy Noobs side. And I'm very interested to see if what else this roster could run. Now, Chuck, I gotta say quite quickly, you didn't bring up one thing when I was talking to you before this game, before the stream started. That's one thing you didn't bring up is that this Prodigy Noobs roster could run a dive comp. Is this new? Is this new? Have they been practicing this, or is this something they always had?
To be honest, I have like when we ran against them, like they mostly run like the heavy beam, like so they'll like run that, or they'll run like the double shield. But to be honest, like their double shield tonight was a lot cleaner than I've seen like as of them lately. And like in terms of like what I like, in terms of like their double shield before was good, but like I think tonight was like, especially what we saw in that last map, was like very clean. And when it came to that dive I saw tonight, I was very impressed because like I would say like there's not a lot of teams in tier 3 that like especially even mess around with the dive comp, let alone like pull it off like, you know, pretty well. I mean, the first push, you know, they lost the pick, but the Sigma got rezzed. I mean, you can't do anything about that unless, you know, you kill the Mercy, of course. But after that, like, you know, with the dive tanks, they had a lot of, when Mexi got back in there with the Winston, I mean, they were cleaning up. They made the space, they got the right targets, and it looked like there was a lot of focus going on there. There was a real difference there. Who is this?
OTS Savage, he is one of the players that was going to be on this Pizza Planet roster, if I remember correctly. Let me scroll back up quickly and check. OTS Savage, is he? No, looks like he's a Prodigy support player. So it's just, you know, for some reason he's showing up on the Pizza Planet side, but he's being invited. It seems like.
I get to do my favorite part of the game.
Moving people around. Oh, swapping sides! Yo, my favorite part about swapping sides, especially from last season, is that everybody would used to get chat bug from it, and it would just become like a 30-minute session. It was just, you know, making sure everybody did have chat bug and stuff like that. Because back in May 2020, it was a pretty big deal that chat bug was.
Yeah, it was. It was affected almost every custom game. Even extended to just regular games as well. Like if you just want to do comp or you just wanted to play with some friends, like.
Yeah, and you're like 1 minute you're talking to your buddy, and next minute you're like, man, the quiet, the silence is not wonderful. It is quite disturbing. We got Pizza Planet have posted a Volsky.com. Jadro? See, like I said, I'm learning to pronounce names still here. Will become, and alongside Ariana, Banana will be coming out here on the tank role. Amber and Mantis going for the DPS, and Sam's system error and Goat will be coming on the support, and Goat will be the only remaining person on this support line on Pizza Planet's side. By the way, OT Savage, there he is. Just joined in on the pizza. He's you should don't forget to swap him over, Chuck, to Prodigy Noobs. I gotta say, I really do like these training bot icons that Prodigy Noobs has perfectly synced. Everybody has like the themes. Like Phoenix, for example, has the Atlanta Rain logo. Pizza Planet has the Philadelphia Fusion logo. Prodigy Noobs, here they are with matching bot icons with this training bot. I gotta say, very creative. I like that. That's a very creative icon choice. Let me check something quickly. Make sure. Oh, okay, that's what I was checking. Yeah, so I was very curious about Noah File because I was like, their file was excellent. The file coming from them was excellent there on Blizzard World. So I was very curious, and I'm checking the profile and look at the profile. I can see why they have a little Ares here. Not little Ares, my bad. Noah File here has quite a bit of an echo play. Well, I'll say Doomfist. So. Well, like Noah File is their projectile player who specializes in one of those like aggressive projectile characters, kind of similar to for example if you watch like higher level Overwatch League, for example, kind of similar to someone like Hydration or Blase, kind of similar to like someone like or people like that. So I was very curious. And, yeah, I was a Noah File, very good. I'm repeating myself, but very good performance coming out from them. It's looking like we're gonna get our roster from Prodigy Noobs. We see Club Lemon is typing in match chat right now. Wait, oh, wait, did I miss Prodigy Noob swaps? Wait, Chuck?
What's up?
Did Prodigy Noobs do any swaps?
They just have what they have. I have.
Oh, okay.
Savage? Sleep, Ares, Nova, Savage, and Cloud. So Savage is only swap, I think.
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize. I guess I missed that. So I saw Cloud Lemon was typing. I was like, oh. Okay, they're in swaps, I guess, but I guess I missed. I guess I missed that. Yeah, I did.
They only swapped out one healer.
Okay. All right, so we got readies coming from Cloud Lemon. So readies for Prodigy Noobs. They're ready from Pizza Point yet. And once again, I gotta say, we see another major roster swap coming in from Pizza Point's side. I gotta say, Chuck. You were hyping up a lot of from Ariana Banana. You're hyping them up quite a bit. So do you think we're going to see Quandary go on the off tank role and see this Banana go on the Reinhardt like you were saying they were playing before?
Yeah, I think definitely we might see that. I mean, I did not see them play any other than like maybe take that map. So I think we're going to see that same thing here. Just real quickly, I'm trying to do a reminder for it's Volskaya. That's the next map, right?
Correct. Volskaya is next map. And the map after this will be Gibraltar. It's like a heads up.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, we have the readies.
Alright, so we get started right now on Volskaya Industries. If you are a Prodigy Noobs fan, I would assume this is the one you are excited for. This Volskaya, Sim is a pretty fun character to play on this map. And we know from Prodigy they like to run that Sim comp a lot. So if you're a Prodigy Noobs fan, this is it. This is the map you are probably waiting for here. Pizza Point. This is an uphill battle. Your best shot at taking the series were the first two maps. So there's gonna be a bit of an uphill battle from the time of Pizza Point. But it's like I said, nothing's impossible. We could definitely see Pizza Point potentially take this map and bring the series here to Tier 1. Anything is possible here.
Ready for battle.
Pizza Point coming out here. Banana gonna be on that Reinhardt, like Chuck previously mentioned at the start of this game. Quandary going on to that Zarya on the Tier 1's defense. Once again, you're seeing the Junkrat and McCree, but something that's been interesting is we're going to see a Bat Moira. I would expect maybe like a Bat Brig or a Bat Zen coming out here, or even a Bat Mercy. But a Bat Moira, it's very interesting here. I'm wondering if their plan is to just keep these tanks up as they get over aggressive with this Moira and Bap when the banana gets aggressive or if Quandra gets aggressive. On the side of Prodigy Noobs, we're going to see a double barrier once again, and just like I said, Bastion and Symmetra coming out here. Like I said, if you're a Prodigy Noobs fan, you're probably used to this by now. And here they go, teleporting right side with a teleportation looking like it was being successful. Indeed, it is. The entire team is there. However, the side of Pizza Point, they are ready for this. Omzi spamming into that choke there, but gets pulled right into Ares' beam. Gets the projectile into the gut, and that is a down Junkrat. Pizza Planet going for the rotation. They want to take control of high ground from going behind, but they're the Prodigy Noobs. They're ready. Setup is there. Immortality is there to keep up. No file. The melting coming. However, Pizza Planet do find two. No file is down, and the tick almost gained, but it stopped. The tick gained perfectly in time. Quandra cannot stand point just long, and there it's down. The arrow falls alongside them. Banana cannot stay alive long enough. There's no supports there, and they are down for the count. Omzi touches, but Ares is fully charged up, and this little Ares is looking like quite a massive Ares. First point will be capped from Prodigy Noobs.
Objective B.
Ares already has built up.
We saw their tempo.
I gotta say, yeah, both sides actually, I should say, Chuck, both rotations. Though Pizza Point lost that fight, that was not a bad rotation coming out from the going behind them. As you saw, they were able to pick two by going aggressive behind. But also coming to the side of Prodigy Noobs, the rotation was good, and look at this rotation! Going to the top right high ground! Wall is up! I knew coming out, there's nobody that would much to block it, but there was a Bastion of Meltdown for Creed! Tire comes out, takes down one, second for the Tire, third one coming from the concussion mine. Omzi, the goddess being living up to their name. So the arrow jumps right to Nova's face. A bit of a teabag coming from system error onto that Bastion there. Getting as Nova File does get punched into the face by the Batiste. And that's gonna be a recontest coming from the side of Prodigy Noobs. No ticks gained from them. And a perfect recontest coming in from Pizza Planet.
I mean, that was Junkrat saved the day. Right there.
It does, that Junkrat does a lot if uncontested, especially if that Tire there just got popped, blew up a little Ares, you know, that's the opening I'm looking for if you're Pizza Planet, and they just snowball perfectly right after that. Alright, and their teleporter is going to be set up here. Ares looking for it. Does find it on the high ground, and Omzi, though, is ready for it. Spams in, boosts the tanks off that high ground, but no refile. Does find Black Mantis. Shatter comes in, but the Fortifier is having none of that. Walks into the air, does slam them down. That's a lot of damage down. Mexi finds System Arrow. Quandry does find Winnow Ares, however, but it's not looking like that pick will be enough. Black Mantis does come in from behind, finds the Resi Mercy. That's a big cancel. A tick gain. There has to be someone that can test this point, and there we go. Black Mantis will be there. Immortality placed a bit too far forward, cannot save the McCree in time. Slim Shack fights two with this bongo. Grab comes out, but the Immortality is looking quite mighty, quite better coming from OTP as Savage. However, Quandry will have none of that. He comes right back in, melting Mexi. And there you go, giving up two ticks, but it doesn't matter. You do get that recontest with us giving those two ticks there. And Pizza Planet is back in control here with 3 minutes about to hit on the clock. Omzi spamming down this bottom, this top left corner here. They have that Tire. They just want to get that burst there. Potentially get an early pick. Reinzar now coming out of the side of Prodigy Noobs. They are still running that Bastion, however. They want to use that tank car for tank mode. I'm not sure how I feel about that. This Bastion's been getting quite comfortably countered coming to the Pizza Planet side, but alas, they are still committing here to it. tire being popped. I don't think they're ready for that. They are not at all. Obviously, they're gone. Knowing they're gonna run to top right. Ready for that tire, pops it, gets 3. Immortality was not up in time for OTS Savage, and that's people we have to be a backing up coming from the side of Prodigy Noobs.
Another massive tire.
This Junkrat has to be dealt with if from the side of Prodigy Noobs. Obviously, it's just getting these massive burst damage and taking these off angles perfectly. But they want to keep running this Bastion, even with the tank. I don't think it's worth it this port. You have given up 3 minutes on the clock, but they are still committing. Whoa, pop, but the teleporter gets destroyed instantly. That teleporter finds no value. Messi gets a pin in, but that pin finds nothing. However, the power of Mercy, 30% power per swings, will find Banana, and that's a melty pot coming in. Window popped up in Alien Ares with that window, finds 3, and finally, after 3 minutes burn off the clock, Prodigy Noobs will take second with 1 minute and 37 on the clock.
0 to 2.
I gotta say though, I feel like that could have been done faster if from Prodigy Noobs if they weren't running that Bastion. That Bastion was kind of a hindrance at some point, especially against the Junkrat, who just could have, with Omzi, could have spamming onto that Bastion, getting to that tire fast.
Yeah, I think sometimes, like we were talking about kind of earlier, right before this round, like, even before the match started, you were just asking me my ideas about, like, the Prodigy Noobs. And it's one of the things that, like, when you're, like, we had that talent with those kind of comps, sometimes it's kind of be hard to, like, it's kind of like a hammer against, like, a wall, like, you just try to hit the nail, but you just keep hitting the wall, like, you just, sometimes you can keep hitting that nail right on the dot, but other times you just hit that wall over and over until you realize you gotta change little things up. But I don't think we're gonna see any changes here because look what we have already on the fence.
Bastion Sim Comp, once again, they are confident in this working. They're also back on that double barrier. But understandably, that double barrier looks very strong in the defensive Blizzard world, so it makes sense to be able to commit to it here again, once again.
Yeah,
on the side of Pizza here. Oh, sorry, what's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry, they're looking here to close out, like, completely, so they're gonna see if it works, they're gonna use it again. I mean, it worked on that other control point.
Yeah, they want to make it fast, they want to make it quick here. But I want to say, Chuck, one pick I do like a lot is this Farah pick. That's a lot of spam, you can spam into that Bastion and want to burst on that barrier. Not a bad pick, actually. Though I wish we saw more Echo coming up with Pizza Planet. That Echo pick is so good right now. Alas, however, we are going to see this Farah and Omzi gets a concussion straight up, but can't get down just in time. No one fight with the pocket Mercy, melts him instantly. Teleportation is on that left side of the Bastion, teleporting right instantly left side. Mexi on the point, the contest point. Usually you do see that Sigma, sometimes on the point with the recent high ground, but alas, we are going to see Mexi on the point this time. Rotation coming from NoFoul, drop for that high ground. I'm not sure how I feel about that Chuck. Losing that high ground is so detrimental. You need that high ground for that Bastion comp. Rez, cancel by Omzi going sickle mode right now. NoFoul will be able to find them, however, in the cleanup. Though there was that early pick was there for Pizza, the cleanup is not there. Ares does find Banana. Quandary does find little areas, but like I said before, I don't think it's enough. That Bastion is back up and with a Mercy Pocket and Toll. Dynamite comes in on the side of Black Mantis. He is on fire, but that Black Mantis is so low. They have to back up. They cannot be picked. They almost have that bomb. They need that bomb for the contest on point here. NoFoul set up once again with Immortality. However, that Immortality looking like it's gonna be able to kick him up, and I'm not sure what to do. It seems like it's melted instantly. Mexi firing in 5-2, and if you're Pizza Planet, you have to reset here. You gotta stop the push right now, and they do just that. It seems like, but it's more. If anything, the riches that Pizza Planet gained here from their ult charge, not looking too shabby, looking actually quite swell. You have the nano, you have the DPS ults. The only thing you are lacking is this Valk. Tank ult's also ready to go. You just have to initiate here with maybe a Nano Farah or maybe a Nano Zarya here. You have to hit the initiator early. Quandary hold, but not gonna get caught. It seems like the bubble, perfectly timed coming from the Zarya on Pizza Planet. No problem. Just teleporting back and forth here and there, you know. Playing this teleporting, the teleporter game. Pizza Planet now has the high ground, but it seems like they don't know what they want to do. It seems like they're waiting for OwO to get in there. OwO does get in there, but no more System Error gets taken down. There is no more fire market and no more nano on the side of Pizza Planet. The goat is gone for the count. That's another reset coming from this Pizza Planet roster.
60 seconds remaining.
The bell has tolled. We are at a minute now left for Pizza Planet. They have the ults to go in. They only are lacking that Valk once again. They gotta go in and take advantage, especially with the wall from the Symmetra being used there. But OwO gets taken out again. Pizza Planet, they have to use the res early. Not a good start for the Pizza Planet. You want the res, you want to keep that res on cooldown. Rotation coming on low ground, and it's Bob charging right in, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough. The Sigma shield is perfectly placed, and it melts the competition there on that Bob. Barrage is good, however, OTS Savage is melted. No mortality there at all. Tank Form coming out, not finding much, however. The Flux finding more value there. And Prodigy Noobs look like they're gonna full hold this map. And indeed they are. Prodigy Noobs, they take the series 3-0.
Play of the game.
In all honesty, it looks like Pizza Planet could not get that perfect team fight they were looking for. Every time they were trying to get that perfect setup, someone would get picked early or get taken out, and it's very unfortunate. Prodigy Noobs were just on that on top of it on that defense.
I mean, it's especially unfortunate because how many ults did Pizza Planet at the end? I mean, 4 or 5? I mean, the Ryan died with the ult, and unfortunately they had to like fight the way back, but by that point you had less than 10, I think it was like less than 15 seconds left on the clock. I mean, you can't do too much with that.
Indeed, you can. Yeah, like I said, I would imagine if they had that perfect attack, when they took control of high ground. I would imagine they would have went well, but they just can never get it, and especially with system error on OwO always getting caught off guard. And I gotta say that I think that's all up to whoever is doing the shot calling on the side of Prodigy Noobs, always scouting that far perfectly when they were going for try to get behind and get that barrage. So whoever was on Prodigy Noobs, fantastic job on that scouting and that shot calling to always catch OwO there. All right. So even though the series is technically over, there's still map 4. Map points are very important in Oasis. If playoff because of playoffs, if you get, like I said, if you get that final map, if you're Pizza Planet, that is a map point, and that is perfectly fine to get for playoffs. So if you're Pizza Planet, you're still playing for these playoff seedings. But if you're Prodigy Noobs now, you could take a bit of a back seat. You just won the series 3-0 pretty convincingly on defense both sides. You take a bit of a back seat, and if you're Pizza Planet, that's it. That's what you gotta take advantage of. You gotta take advantage of Prodigy Noobs maybe taking the foot off the pedal here and potentially taking map 4, making the series 3-1 potentially.
I mean, I would even argue Prodigy Noobs even has a greater like incentive to like get that last map, especially what you said before. Like, you know, where you are on the ladder, it really matters in terms of like who you face off first. Like, it could really be you could go against like a team that's was maybe like a harder team for you that season, and then they could have that lucky or like that really good map pick or in playoffs. It's always important to any maps you could win. It's always important to have, you know.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. It's gonna be quite. I'm very interested in what Prodigy Noobs fields for this final roster. If they're gonna keep the same roster in, or they're gonna pop out. So maybe pop out some people who usually don't get much play time. Because that's what I meant by what I said about taking the foot off the pedal is, you know, usually on map 4 some teams like to put in some players who don't get much play time usually or are not on the starting roster, And I'm very curious if Prodigy Noobs are going to do that here. Because if you're Pizza Planet, that's what you got to take advantage of if they go through with that.
And next map is Oasis, right?
Next map is Gibraltar.
Gibraltar. Oh, gotcha. Fourth platform.
Which, if from what we saw from Prodigy Noobs Dive, the Prodigy Noobs Dive, I would imagine we're going to see some dive coming out from Prodigy once again if they are on either the attack or defense. Alright, Pizza Planet swaps coming in. The unknown guy, coming in on that tank with system error, coming also back in. Amber and AJ coming in the TPS role, and the one and only Mr. Gamer Kirby coming back in alongside Quandary. So yeah, we got once again another mix-up coming from Pizza Planet with their roster. Prodigy Noobs. Because we are going to have some swaps coming in here. Boss and Mexi. Boss coming in for Sleep Shack. Mexi staying in. And like I said, we are seeing a complete swap of DPS. Ares and Nofao getting out with Eli and Cable coming in. And Savage staying in also. But we're going to see Nomi going onto the support role once again like we saw in Busan. And like I said before, like Prodigy Noobs, I think even with this roster that's not like their main starting roster or the traditional roster you see from them, even if that's not the case, it's still a very strong roster coming from Prodigy Noobs. But at the end of the day, this is definitely your chance of Pizza Planet to take a map. If you're a Pizza Planet, like I said, this is definitely your chance. Go hard, go in, take this map, potentially get it for playoffs, and go home. We'll see if they're able to pull this free on Gibraltar.
Eli was on Pizza Planet, right?
Eli was on Prodigy Noobs, and they are actually Eli will be coming in, or Eli and Cable will be coming down the DPS. With also don't forget Boss Ass Bab will be coming in for Sleep Shake, and Nobi will be coming in for Quad Limit. All right, nice. All right, so we gotta wait for readies now on both these sides. If you're Pizza, like I said, and I'm actually pretty curious if we're going to see any ball comp or anything coming from Pizza Planet, or they're going to stick to the traditional Rhine comps.
Wow.
All right, there's a ready coming up Pizza.
Bushido Banzai. Did you see that picture?
Oh. Sorry, it's a bit, it's hard to, okay, sorry, I'm smiling because, that's, it's a good buddy of mine, he's got picked up in Bushido Banzai, Neo Golden King, but it's a bit off topic of the match, so I'm gonna, I'm sorry,
that could be a personal conversation we have later.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm smiling, that's why I'm kind of stumbling, because very happy for him, very good dude for his player, but moving across straight back to the side to the match here. We have gotten our readies from Pizza Planet, but not Prodigy Noobs just yet. It seems like we might have a chat bucket potentially. Nope, we are good. We got it ready. All right, we are ready as both sides then.
All right, I don't have to swap sides, right?
Did you swap sides already? Because
once, yeah.
Okay. You should be good, yeah. Okay. If I am wrong about that, like I said, a week ago, I will take the brunt of it for being wrong about that, which is possible, you know.
Yeah, you'll like
A bit rusty on
like,
this on stream team.
Yeah, you'll eat like a whole like pixie stick or something, you know, like a whole bunch of sugar. I don't know, something. I don't know. You'll drink a Coca-Cola, you know, something upsetting, you know, just something, anything. I don't know.
I'm a bit confused about the analogy here, but I will say it's pretty. I will say it's pretty creative from you. I will say.
Something to make your stomach upset or something. This could be like something that would not be cool. I don't know. If you mess up.
Attackers incoming.
Oh, okay. Sign up. So here we go. Pizza Planet popping out this Sigma, which once again coming out with the Sigma with Unknown Guy on that Reinhardt. AJ going onto the Widowmaker alongside Omzi on that Junkrat. Omzi just being a superstar for the Pizza Planet roster so far. Also, what I say is Kirby going onto one of their at least to my knowledge, one of their favorite heroes, the Zenyatta. Well, outside the Moira here from Quandary, but outside of what's up?
I gotta say, like, oh no, they switched. Never mind.
Oh, they're going to put the Roadhog.
Oh,
no, we are seeing that dive comp, ladies and gentlemen. White guy coming in here. Alright, Mexi getting in with the early engagement. He's low though, he has to drop Discord onto Mexi. And he gets taken out. Omzi finding the kill, but taking out taking first blood here to tonight's wrap on Gibraltar. King Tyro, however, deflects the kill onto AJ. However, Mr. Game Kirby is ready, and he's there to take out Eli, who is trapped there. And that's gonna be a reset if you are on the side of, especially with Spicy Nobi going down. That's a reset, and you're gonna have to back up here if you are Prodigy Noobs. However, something a bit interesting. Pizza Planet, they drop down, they give up the high ground. Maybe a bit of a misplay, a bit of more miscommunication. The high ground control is so important to take control of, especially in a dive comp. AJ, however, fights Cable, but they're by themselves. And AJ gets electrocuted, zapped out of existence by Mexi. Unknown Guy, you gotta take the right corner here. That is what you want to do. Take control of these corners, and Boss has back against D-Max early. The Sigma does so much damage, but you have this Discord orb. Mr. Gamer Kirby doing so much work here on this Zen. Tyro, Eli has to back up here. The flight is on cooldown. He doesn't want to get picked by AJ. Mexi waiting for his D.Va to come back from spawn. Never mind, we're not gonna have D.Va anymore. Boss ass Fab going onto the Reinhardt. This is gonna be a bit of silly champ Billy, a bit of kookiness coming out here. Double main tank. You don't see that often nowadays. Tyre comes out for Omzi, but going for Eli. Cannot find Eli, however, he dashes away out of the Tyre range. Mexi initiates the Primal and finds Gamer Kirby. That is what you're looking for, is the Winston Primal. Perfect jungle coming out from there. Shatter comes out, but cannot find Savage, and looking like Unknown Guy, trying to kill this Ana, just cannot find him. But while Unknown Guy was going in onto OTS Savage, look at this. Mexi, alongside Eli, just walk into the support lane, take him down, and that will be first point for Prodigy Noobs. Bit of a reset coming in here. We gotta put some swaps. AJ getting off the Widow, going to Soldier 76. And Wall System Error gonna be going to stick into that Sigma. The Sigma doing a lot of work against the damage, so it's understandable. Mexi going on to the Wrecking Ball, the best bait tick in the game, being seen for the first time here tonight. That Wrecking Ball getting on the high ground, pile driving AJ, and right there when his jump is why Wrecking Ball is so stark right now. Just a pile drive onto the high ground, taking out any DPS up there. Shatter coming out of Boss Ass, but the boop is excellent coming out from Omzi. It's blocked. Blade pop, but Kirby has the trans in response. and there won't be any value coming out. However, Bob now will be coming out. This corridor on the Bob, however, he's giving that Bob is gonna be melted, it looks like. But Mexi does not want to contesting this Hammond, and he's gonna find Omzi. Minefield is perfectly placed. It catches a system error. Shatter coming out from the unknown guy, but won't find much. It gets taken out by Cable, and this is looking like a Prodigy Noobs cleanup. Eli caught into a trap here, but I'm thinking that will be second. Indeed, it is. Pizza just gonna have to back up here. AJ getting onto the McCree now. I gotta say, one thing I gotta say about the Pizza Planet roster is I'm seeing a lot of swaps coming out from AJ, and because of that, we're seeing a lot of ult reset coming out from the second DPS role. If I was AJ, you need to find that DPS to finalize on and stick on. Because for Pizza Planet, they have been so far down that one ult. Mexi gets caught into the trap, and Cesaro will take full advantage of that. Mexi is down. Mr. Game of Discord on Boss Ass Bab, and that is the dead Reinhardt melted into smithereens. And that will be a reset coming in from Prodigy Noobs, and Pizza Planet will finally take control here.
If Pizza Planet can keep this hold up here, I mean, I think they have a good chance to keep more time off the clock. They have the ult advantage right now, definitely.
Indeed, but I gotta say, Chuck, early pick like that from Mexi might make it that bit difficult. However, Mexi goes down, maybe they get to move a bit over aggressive, and indeed, it does seem like that double tire is on the field. Once committed to take down Boss S Bab, they don't want that Nano Right to get any value. However, I don't know if that, even I understand why the fuck's just used there. I don't think it was needed, Chuck.
I don't think it was needed either, but sometimes as a single player, you just want to style with people. Sometimes you got that flux, you just gotta style on them.
Swaps coming in on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Bob Ass Bab getting off of the Rhine, going to actually the Roadhog, the first Roadhog we've seen here tonight. Echo coming out from Eli. Do love to see it. The hog and ball torture. Every support player's most hated tank cog. All right, Boss Ass Bab looking for a hook here, trying to find something. AJ high noons finds Eli. And that's your opening for Pizza Planet. Take advantage. You gotta take advantage of that right now. You have the Discord orb. You can get as aggressive as you want, and they're doing just that, pushing forward, pushing this team back. Mexi trying to get a bit aggro, but he's discorded. He cannot even pile there. Eli getting the heals, getting the healing juices coming from Savage, getting topped right back up. And right there, there's your opening pick. Eli finds the stickies onto AJ. Nano Bob coming out of the field also, pumping down the damage. Trans just there to keep up the tire for the tire kill, and it's actually a big pick. Bob says Bab is down. There's no mercy to res that. However, I don't know if Pizza Planet are able to snowball this perfectly. The pressure of Omzi going down. Pile onto the Zen. Kirby is down. There wasn't enough heal for him, and there's a Mito down the field. The unknown guy walks right into it. And Prodigy Noobs. It's looking like they're gonna have this. Quandary does try to touch. They get the touch, but they die to a Minefield instantly. Duplicate on the Tracer. And it's looking like Savage will be taking the DPS role here. Finding a nade kill onto AJ. And with 7 seconds on the clock, Prodigy Noobs will take third point.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Sorry, I had to take a sip there.
No problem.
I gotta say, Chuck. I'm actually shocked we haven't seen much of this OTS Savage guy. from Prodigy Noobs. This guy has been great on this voice support role.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I mean, pretty consistent. I mean, I see a lot of, I mean, support line from Prodigy Noobs tonight has been, like, pretty good, I would say, throughout. Like, even with the swaps and everything, like, a good understanding of the comp that they're working with. Like, I see, like, a good understanding of, like, on the captain's role, like, understanding what works together. You know, the swaps that came out, like, you don't see, like, even, you know, with this fourth map, as we talked about before, with them already having that win, they didn't take any chances, you know, with their comps they put together here.
5, 4, 3.
Something interesting here I gotta point out. We're seeing a Ryan Arisa comp coming out on the side of Prodigy. We don't see that often. You know, we were seeing a lot of that during like 2020 before the Ryan Diva meta became justified. No one when like Samo was first got a massive first nerf. So we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it much since like early 2020. But here they are running it. The dive comp, however, coming out on the side of Pizza Planet. You love to see it. The initiation coming from unknown guy, but I don't. He dives in, doesn't see Eli, and Eli, alongside Mexi would melt him. Kirby is pushing this point, but however, this is a lost fight. But if you are the Zen like Kirby, you want to push this point, get some free push here, and he does just that. He does die, but does get the free push, and that's gonna be a reset coming on the side of the Pizza Planet. One thing I gotta say is I'm not a big fan of the Moira pick coming out beside Pizza Planet. Moira is not a great support to play with a dive comp. It's really hard to dish out a lot of the heals, and your tanks have to play a lot more of a slow, passive style of dive. You have so the Moira can get those catching up with the heals. However, Pizza Planet will still commit to that Moira. And Unknown Guy is down once again, getting pulled there, it seems like, by Mexi into the crossfire of Eli.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with the Moira, like, the choice being odd, especially with the dive comp. You're kind of forced. I think that's player choice at that point, you know? I think they're just playing what they're most comfortable with.
Like, you should, because, you know, I would expect, like, a Mercy or a Break him out there, but, like I said, Quanji's comfortable with Moira, they're going to stick to it. It seems like Omzi does find the Eli, but they have taken down almost instantly by a fire strike from boss ass Bab, and we are now at the 2-minute mark. And I gotta say, Chuck, this is looking like a near dominant ult play from Prodigy that Pizza just cannot find the key to open this door with.
No, and they're trying this rotation here. Let's see if they're able to pull it off. I mean, got the jump in right now.
That is a massive from Kirby. That is your opening. Savage is down. You gotta take advantage of that. Attack Visor with the Mercy Pocket is popped by Eli, and it's melting people. But Kirby, it is still up. He is still in this server room, pumping in the damage with these Discord orbs. Cable is gone and out for the cow. No rest around there. Bomb being popped right now. No shield to block Mexi, but Mexi will get behind the shield just in time. But Nobi, he is down, and there we go. Ult's being popped on the side of Pizza, and that is the opening they were looking for. With 1 minute on the clock, they will cap first.
I mean, the Zen play by Mr. Game and Kirby was like OP there.
It had all that Discord orbs and all that damage. Had a lot of value. I have to agree with you, Chuck. And it was definitely the opener for the side of Pizza Planet to take that first checkpoint. However, one bane or one unfortunate thing coming from Pizza Planet, they had to use a lot of ults to take that first checkpoint, and now they only have a Trans and a Primal. Here comes Primal being popped now, but it's gonna get Unknown Guy getting melted instantly because the Bongo is up.
Oh no.
Shatter gets popped up, and Kirby is down, and only 2 ults burned by Prodigy Noobs. It's gonna be a reset going for Pizza Planet.
I mean, we do got Chance coming back though. I mean, and there's no. I mean, the only thing we got coming up right now is we got Eli coming up with the McCree ult, but and we have also both support ults coming up.
And also Bob Chuck. If anything, the only ults we're not going to see from Prodigy are tank ults. But if I was Pizza, I would not pop any ults here and just wait, build up some ult, get some ults, play slow. But they're not doing that. They're gonna go right in aggressive. This corner on the cable is taking advantage of and sits there, goes right in, finding that. However, unknown guy isolated once again. It is down by Eli. High Noon not gonna find much value from that window. Boston's Fab, however, will find a value with that pit, and that's now a reset. And like I was saying before, if I was Pizza, I would not have used any ults there. I would have went in dry and built it dry, playing a slow poking game, building up ults, building up your Dragon and your Blossom. However, they thought that they were confident they could win that, and they popped both support ults.
I think that Ash pick, they thought they really had it with that, so they wanted to use those support ults to kind of like fuel that push. But as we saw there, Prodigy was able to kind of withstand that.
Yeah, but I will also say, anyways, I will say is they popped those two support ults and they trade out a High Noon, a Window, a Valve, and a Bob. They traded 4 ults for 2, so for Pizza Point, it's not a bad trade, you know? Not a bad trade at all for ult charge. Boss that's bad. Trying to get aggressive around this corner, but they cannot fight it. They keep in this corner, almost melted instantly. EY will be able to scout out Omzi. Omzi is now down for the count. No rest of the field for them.
Oh, and majorly they lost the Diva back as well. That's a lost push.
A bomb being popped there. That's a bit interesting. Not sure how I feel about that bomb coming out from Prodigy, but it was popped, and you know sometimes you just gotta move past that.
I think that the idea came from that, that they knew they had the second DPS ult coming up there, so they felt that they were covered, and we have both support ults very close to being together. We definitely can see the Baptiste even get close to ult, so this fight's over.
Omzi gets cut out once again. Fan the Hammer is down,
Oh, wow.
and actually a major ult reset there with the supports. I gotta say, Chuck, this is a bit too late if you want to do a major ults, a support swap with your Pizza Planet. There's no support ults down the field. And if you're Prodigy, you should now walk in. Bongo, it is up. Bob, however, Bob is looking quite massive, but it will only find the Bongo. High Noon being popped. It is eaten out by Omzi. Comes right back in and finds 2.
Wow.
There's only no minute stall for the long as they can, but they cannot do it. And Pizza Point when all hope looked lost, Omzi came in and found that Blossom, and that is what you are looking for if you are Pizza Planet. They now it's looking more favorable of the support swaps. Quandary, 50% on that Nano, and you get in a minute on the clock, you can definitely build it up. You play a bit of a more poking slow style if you're Pizza Planet. You can build those ult percentages off your tanks. Oh, I like this angle from Cable, taking this concussion blast up to the top of the quarter. I really like that angle. Eli, once again, finding the opening pick. This McCree is just finding so much value right now. Flashbait onto AJ. He's gonna have to back up. Should commit a dragon, it seems like. That's not the best dragon in the world, it seems like. And it seems like the Prodigy were ready for that. They walked right out of it. I wonder if we're gonna see a swap off the Hanzo, but we are not. AJ is still gonna be committed to it. Maybe it might honestly it might have been a miscommunication. That dragon, miscommunication like that usually happens. It happens to the best of us. Omzi does find Mexi, however. Immortality was not ready for them. Bomb coming in with the defeat. They want to get aggressive, but that bomb is looking quite meaty, and it is. It's like Savage, and Pizza Planet.
Oh my goodness.
Might be able to whip this. High Noon is popped, and it does fight AJ, but most of it is eaten by System Arrow. That DM was up and gobbled it up. Omzi comes in and finds Eli, and this is it. You're finding a lot of picks, but this cleanup needs to be faster because Mexi is back out and has charge. Boss is not coming in. Grab Pop, it is not eaten by Samara, and this is looking detrimental. Shatter is out. AJ is knocked on their bomb, and they are taken out by Savage. And when all hope looked like it was in favor of Pizza Planet, the cleanup wasn't fast enough, and Prodigy Noobs took advantage of that. And Prodigy, they take this series 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, I think what came down to there is that, like, Pizza Planet, I think they lost their focus there. Like, that last point, like, I did not see a lot of, like, targets really, like, go down. I saw, like, a lot of, like, just focus all over the place. They kind of, like, got that, like, early, like, push, and they kind of didn't know what to do with it once they had it.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, Chuck. They could never find what they wanted, the key, right? They could never find what they wanted to run against Prodigy Noobs' roster. And because of a lot of these matches, like I said, a lot of these rounds are hitting full hold and stuff. Honestly, honestly, like I said, it just shows how dominant Prodigy Noobs is as a team, and the fact that they really should be feared here in Tier 3. They really had control almost the entire game. Pizza Planet, though, I gotta say it was a very, very good fight coming out from them, especially on Gibraltar. There, they turned it up, especially on second coming from Omzi, with that big blossom.
Oh, so let's see what we're gonna get for MVPs.
Yeah, we're gonna see our nominations first. I will say I have a couple in the bank that I'm thinking of. Novafile was one I was thinking of for DPS. I was also thinking of a support for Savage.
I mean, I think it's fair for Savage only because not because like to discount the other support we saw tonight on the side of Prodigy Noobs, but I thought especially with Savage, like I just saw their game like go up a little bit when Savage was playing in. I mean some of the alt management like on the side of the support, especially coming from his plays as like BAP. I mean, I saw a lot of good things there.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Gamer Kirby himself said it in a match chat. I gotta say quickly is that that was a really good bounce back, because if I remember Prodigy Noobs, they went 3-2. They lost against Stardust last week. Stardust were able to squeak out 3-2 against them. So it was a very good bounce back from Prodigy Noobs. But yeah, we gotta wait. Right now we gotta wait for MVP noms. I gotta ask you quickly. Chuck. About the new MVP rules. Is it still the same? Where is it still like you have to choose one and two, like one from one side and two from the other side, or like two? Like, is that still the same, or is it different? You know that? Because as someone I'm gonna be
am forgetting.
Okay, because I've been out of the loop. Like I said before, I've said many times already.
Do you think maybe chat will tell us?
I don't have chat open right now, so you get to,
Big rip. I thought we just clarified this too not too long ago in Stream Team. Let me look.
I think we did, but like I said, I've been out of the loop. I just restarted commentating, got back to commentating last week, while basically taking an 8-month break. So
was it only 8 months? I thought it was longer than that.
Okay, I just got the message from Jibba. MVPs can go to anybody. So okay.
Oh wow! Wait, we have the boss. The boss is listening to us.
Yeah, big boss of Metal Gear Solid herself. Jibba 16 coming in clutch.
I had no idea the boss is listening to us. Oh my goodness.
You can do interviews if you want also, but I was personally thinking. Interviews? So we got you can ask them if you want. Ask at both sides if any side wants to do interviews. But for MVP noms, we have Aries and Mexi coming in from Pizza Planet, and then their Prodigy Noobs have Kirby on support and Alms at DPS. Both very understandable knobs, because both had some pretty pop up moments, very good performances here and there. All right, we have Boss Ass Fab is down for an interview. Okay.
Oh, both sides want to do interviews.
All right, sweet. Okay,
So do we do MVPs before interviews?
I think we could do. We can knock out MVPs quickly. So, for me personally, I was thinking for how dominant Prodigy Noobs was this season, or this from here, during this game. I want to give to Mexi for tank. I want support. I want to give to Savage. But for DPS, and this might sound a bit of a shocker, I want to give DPS to Omzi. I think Omzi had I was thinking Noah over too, because Noah was doing really well and getting a lot of these clutch moments. But Omzi was pretty consistent. Like, besides the fact they were on that far on third map, they were getting cut off here and there. They were able to, I think most of the time, were able to shut down the Bastion properly on the Junkrat, and they had some great tires, and they have that clutch Blossom. So I want to give it to Omzi here on the DPS. Well, for support, I want to personally give it to, for my nominations, I should add, to Savage and Tank for Mexi. Do you have any ideas for what your nominations are, or what you think should be, Chuck?
It's so funny that you mentioned Amazing the Goddess, because I was totally leaning for them for DPS as well. I mean, Volskaya. I mean, even like looking at last map, I mean the plays by Maze the Goddess was like were big plays. They like really, I mean, they really gave Pizza Planet a fighting chance in those maps. And without them in there, I don't think they would have that same chance.
Yeah, indeed. I'll write on with that. So, are we fine with those of our MVPs then?
Yeah, I would be fine with that. So let's make sure I have this all written down.
Okay. You got your Nokia out, Chuck? To write it down.
Actually, hold on. I have my Nokia only programmed to play Snake. You know that game where you have to eat the little pieces to get like a bigger. So I have to like turn that off and then go like right to Discord.
Man, Chuck, you should have done this. You should have done that in advance, Chuck. Come on now, you gotta know your Nokia is so important during these games. Okay, Chuck, you gotta turn off Snake in advance next time. Okay, man.
Well, it's hard because my phone's actually directly connected to the Ethernet cord because it's that old, and so it's actually attached to the wall.
Oh, I see. I guess that's the life of a boomer. So we have okay. So we got our nominations. Not nominations. I should say the people. Pizza Planet put up people that are going to interview. System and Guy, unknown guy, are going to come up for interviews with Pizza Planet. While the sides of Project Noobs, we are going to have Boss Ass Bab and Aries coming through. All right, it seems like Chuck is. You're writing down those MVPs, right? You got them down, right?
Yep.
All right,
so Tank. Can you say it one more time?
Tank was Mexi.
Yep, I 100% agree with that.
DPS was Omzi. We gave it to OTS Savage. I almost keep saying OTPS. I don't know why, but OTS Savage. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Oh, I think you have to at them, Chuck.
I apologize.
Oh, that boomer brain, Monka W. Oh no. Oh no. All right. So who do you want to call in first here for interviews, Chuck? Pizza Planet or Prodigy?
We could probably start with Pizza Planet first.
All right. So let's get it's a fight with unknown guy, and it was System Error. Yes, System Error. So I'll fight them. So you can tell them when you're all ready for them, so they can they hop on.
You said system, right?
Yeah, system error and unknown guy. All right, we got system error here. Maybe we got a chat bug. Oh, there we go. All right. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hi.
All right, so we're waiting for unknown guy right now, and
Yep.
we should be good for interview.
Guy, don't leave me here.
Oh no.
No, don't leave me here.
You said the invite, right, Chuck?
Yes, I invited unknown twice. Let me. I can tag him. Oh,
There we
he
go.
goes.
There he is.
Welcome.
Hello, yes. So, sorry I took a bit. That's on me. Sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So first of all, thank you for coming on. You too.
Thank you for having
here.
us.
Yep.
So we got some questions here and there. I'm pretty sure my buddy here, Chuck. I'm pretty sure he's full of them. So
Oh no.
I'm gonna start with my first question here. It's about like your roster here. So I know you guys have gotten a lot of pickups recently, and you had a very close game against Tantalizers last week. I noticed that you guys have been at least pizza point. You guys on the roster have been swapping the roles around here and there. Are you guys still in your experimental phase, or is this part of the is this like your strategy when you want to put people on a tank on certain maps, and etc. etc.
All right, so it's kind of experimental, but it's also not, because we have many players who can play different roles, and we're kind of just trying to find out like what works best for us, and try and build off that and make us better as a team. So that's I would probably say it's like a mix of both experience, but also not, yeah. Oh, experiment, not experience.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, right on. I also got a a second question here, and it's coming in on like screaming wise and ready. So one thing I noticed is that you guys really did a great job at countering this Bastion, especially with Omsi on the Junkrat on the third map here against Prodigy Noobs. Were you guys prepared for that Bastion sim comp? Like, you got do you scream about Prodigy that you were like, oh, they're gonna run this Bastion sim, and you guys are ready for that?
So the last time we scrimmed against Prodigy, I think it was last month, and we knew that they were going to run a lot of sim. But I couldn't remember if they did run a Bastion on scrims. But I think with the Bastion it was quite a shock to us. But then we adjusted to that comp, and then we got the thing that we got, and then we got what we got.
I actually kind of guessed they might play the Bastion. But I didn't know, because not every team likes playing Bastion. Bastion's one of those characters is where you play him, but you don't want to play him. But it's one of those where we have been trying to work to like counter Bastion comps. So yeah, I think we kind of predicted it, but we also didn't at the same time. If that makes sense. So yeah.
All right, right on. So Chuck, do you have any questions?
So as like it's like a general question here, and thank you guys again for joining us here in this post interview.
No
But one of the things that I'm very interested in is that with those like switch ups that you guys do, I do see where do you guys find your the plans overall going towards as the rest of the season goes on? Are you guys going to continue with this experimentation, or are you guys kind of seeing your grooves now?
That's a very interesting question.
That's a very interesting question. Oh boy.
I actually I don't know. I have to shout out to Captain Andros. He does a lot for the team. So he really helps out with a lot of stuff. He's a really great guy, and we kind of just like he's kind of like a mini leader, you know, like yes, Strandros, and I feel like as you said, I feel like we might try and experiment more because I feel like this season is like a revamp for us as a team and just to build up and get back to where we once were as a team. So yeah.
Because after last season, a lot of the Pizza Planet players, including myself, we all how can I say this? We all left, quote
Disbanded.
unquote. Yeah, not disbanded, not per se, but a lot of us left due to reason of high rankage, or myself was burnout. So, of course, having a couple of the only players, it was kind of hard. But I think probably by near the middle, or probably in our next game, or even the next game after, we could probably get our grooves in, and we could probably do our best at our next games.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Like, sorry to interject a little bit. Like, my own for my own team there as well. Like, Diamond Phoenix is not also a team where we are no stranger to rebuilding in the middle of seasons. So
Yes.
we definitely understand how that feels, and having circumstances outside of your control, like, kind of dictate how your team will, finish that season. So, I like I said, I was talking to. You guys couldn't hear it, of course, but like I was talking to Tempo in the very beginning. Like, I see Pizza Planet as like taking this chance and like, kind of like filling things out and like really kind of rebuilding to what you guys were, because honestly, like Pizza Planet is one of those lasting teams in the server that I think that are built to be here. Like you guys are going through your own changes right now. It's bound to happen. Not every season's gonna go the way you want it to go.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. One final question that I want to ask quickly. So I noticed that. So I noticed like Mr. Gamer Kirby, right? He was playing a lot of that Zen on that final map, and he was doing extremely well on that Zen. In the future, do you guys plan on maybe? I mean, I know it's a bit of a I don't know a question, but do you guys plan on maybe playing around the Zen more often in the future, or do you want to stick to what you're more comfortable with?
So we are actually in the midst of practicing dive with a lot of Zen to help with those discords with our more dives. So we are practicing more of that on our scrims and all. But yeah, hopefully we're able to bring a lot more Zen in our future games, and hopefully we can thrive forward with that, I guess.
Yeah, exactly what System said. I feel we really want to use that Zen more because he's such a good character to have a part of your team comp, and Kirby is such a good player on Zen, in my opinion, and I've made probably many other people's opinions. So yeah, with this, as System said, we want to try and play the Zen with the dive more, and yeah, see how it goes.
All right, right on. So that's unfortunately all we have for questions for you guys tonight. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on. It's very interesting.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right. I hope you have a good night, okay, guys. Stay safe.
See ya.
See ya.
You
See ya.
keep safe as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get Prodigy Noobs in here now. If I'm correct, Little Aries and Boss Ass Bab. All right, we got maybe a chat bug. Oh no! Oh no!
Please stop me if I start to like ramble like that. I kind of started interviewing myself.
That's okay. Hey,
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
Welcome. Thank you guys for coming on.
Of course,
Thank you for
thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
All right, so I gotta say, first of all, congrats on your win tonight. I gotta say, it was a pretty good Queen 4-0 for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so it's always good for like map differential, get that fourth map, and etc. etc. So yeah, but I'm gonna start here with the questions because I have a couple coming up here. So first of all, my first question, it's about your double barrier comp. So a lot of teams don't really favor the Sigma anymore, like in tier 3. They don't think the Sigma is as good. They don't like to play the Sigma that often because of the shield nerfs. But what I noticed, you guys really had that down pat. Is that something you guys like were practicing specifically for Pizza Planet? Like you're trying to like use it against them, that double barrier comp to outspace them and outpoke them, or was this like something that you guys always had in the back burner with like that flower comp and all that?
It's something that we run pretty regularly in terms of like drills. Both Nomi and Sleep have put in a lot of time to button up how they play Sigma after the nerf, and so I think that really shows in their play style and their shield management in general. So it wasn't necessarily like this is just for Pizza Planet. It's definitely just a comp that we always have in our back pocket.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like nerf or not, like if you're good at Sigma, you're good at Sigma at the end of the day, you know?
Oh, definitely. Especially if Sigma, being such a strong character still after those shield nerfs. So if you're good at that Sigma, you take advantage of it.
Mm.
All right. So my second question I have coming up here. So I noticed you guys also it's another composition thing. I noticed you guys run a lot of Sim and Bastion, and for me personally, I'm a bit new to this, like you guys. I haven't watched a lot of you guys' games yet, so this is my first actual game I watched you guys live commentating. So what makes you guys favor the Sims so much? You guys were running it on Busan, you ran it on Volskaya, you ran it the Bastion also. Is this something you guys are just really comfortable with, or is it something you guys just know catch almost any team off guard?
I know Aries is gonna have some things to say about this.
I have a lot of things to say.
But I'll kickstart. First thing is it's interesting what we all classify as a lot of, because we ran Bastion Sim on one map.
That's true. I should reiterate myself and say a lot more than you usually see about Bastion Sim. A lot more. I should reiterate. My bad.
Yeah. So Sim is definitely, I would say, one of our favorite characters in terms of getting places, and Ares happens to be, in my opinion, the best Sim in Tier 3, so we would be doing our team a disservice if we didn't give him that opportunity to play that character. But I would say that it's reminiscent of a Junkrat on any other team. Like, you see a Junkrat in 4 out of 4 maps most of the time, and so you see Sim 2 out of 4 from us.
So it's like your little secret weapon in your pocket. Instead of having the Junkrat spam, you have the Sim spam.
You got it. Aries, what do you got?
Yeah, it's no lie that like my mains are Mei and Sim, but like from a DPS standpoint, like I care about my team, and those are really team-oriented DPS. Like I know a lot of people like pop-off potential, but that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to help set my team up for wins. You might not always see me in the top right getting the kills, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not for that pop-off potential. I'm just here to support the team, and I do it with Mei and Sim, and it works for us. So I guess people just need to counter. Like I don't know what else to say with that except, people shit on Sim and Mei so much. Like anybody could say the same about Junkrat or Reaper. It just is what it is.
All right, right on. Chuck, the man of questions, Holy Chuckster. Do you have any questions you want to ask Prodigy Noobs here?
The only thing I would ask is like, maybe this is like, it's weird because I'm also a captain, but like kind of fangirling a little bit. How'd you guys get your double shield to be so clean, so fast, even with the nerfs? Like, I was like impressed by like multiple times tonight where you guys were able to like the rotations were like on point, and like even though Pizza Planet got some some like significant ults off with the Junkrat, especially on like that third point, like you guys were still able to, a different map as well. Like, have you guys just been just practicing that a lot, or is it the communication? Like, what are you guys doing there?
Yeah. At the beginning of any rotation, we essentially take our first scrim and say, okay, what do we want to run on these maps? What do we know is going to be good? And what's going to favor our comms with who's in and who's out? I would say the greatest improvement that our team has had since we started is how we communicate with each other and the level of communication. There's still days that I think we're tired or whatever the case is, but the comms on the rotations and those things really have tightened up over the last couple of months.
You have any more questions to ask him, Chuck? Or is that
No, I mean that was like my major fanboy moment of like the night, you know.
All right.
I just like I like to see
right.
a really clean shield comp pull off like that, just because, you know, it's even with like I would agree with what was said earlier, like even with like the Sigma changes, I think that a lot of people had the wrong idea where they felt that because Sigma had those like small nerfs that he's unplayable now, which is actually kind of not true at all. Like Sigma still has a big part in a clean comp like what you guys put off tonight.
I think our players have always played Sigma as an off tank, and now he really is like an off tank that happens to have a shield, and so it was just a natural, like easy for them to kind of slip into that.
And we have some of the best tanks.
All right. Thank you for that. I'm out of questions also, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks,
Of course,
guys.
thank you, and thanks to Pizza Planet for a great game.
Definitely.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. Right. See you later. Have a good night. I think that wraps up today's stream. Pretty well, I would say. I'm pretty sure you agree, Chuck. But yeah.
Yeah, I got everything posted. I think we're ready to stop the stream.
Hey, I want to quickly thank you, Chuck, for coming out here last minute. I mean, it was very clutch of you. Thank you for figuring that during the last 3 hours, coming out here last minute for us.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all, and my girlfriend doesn't mind it too much at all as well. So we get it all together here.
All right. Well, I'm Tempo Reiki. You'll play my player commentator tonight.
And I'm Holy Chuckster here as well with one of my favorite casters in all of Oasis, Tempo.
We'll see you guys pretty soon.